tragic life of IU. Original video down in the description. Missed you guys. Clickety clack. I'm back. Boom.
IU is an artist that most of us K-pop fans recognize immediately. The real name of this so-called golden voice singer is Lee Ji-eun, and her stage name stands for I and U. Even though she became one of the biggest K-pop acts of our generation, her life has been far from a fairy tale. IU's story is actually heartbreaking. Sad childhood. IU was born on May 16, 1993 in Seongjeong-dong, Korea. As if fate had plans for her, she became interested in a career in the entertainment industry already when she was very young. Because her family was well off at the time, her parents were able to afford to send her to acting classes and support their daughter's dream. Unfortunately, around the time IU was in elementary school, her family's good financial situation started to crumble down after her parents fell into a devastating debt. They had to move to Uijeongbu in Gyeonggi province, but rather than stay with their parents, who both had to work hard to pay off their debt, IU and her younger brother went to live with their grandma and cousins. Now, this was a major change that affected Jian for the rest of her life. In one of the interviews, she shared what it was like back then. In this tiny room, I lived with my grandmother, cousin, and brother. It was always cold and we never had enough to eat. This led to a lot of suffering, but IU never complained and tried to be grateful for the little she had. During these times, her grandma supported everyone from the family by selling hair accessories at the market. Little did IU know that things were about to get even worse. After a while, her grandma's studio room became
She is so beautiful.
infested with roaches, and it wasn't safe for anyone to live there anymore. So they all moved into a house of their relative. Things got ugly when the family tried to crash her dreams of becoming an entertainer. The singer, now known as the nation's little sister, shared a story about how one of her relatives would often come home drunk and hurt her verbally, screaming that she should be studying instead of practicing because she would never become a singer.
I heard about that. Now she's probably freaking, or whoever, he, probably eating her words or his words right now. Look at her now, dumbass.
IU said that she had always tried to pretend to be asleep just to endure all the pain that she was feeling. But life had more suffering in store for her. The horror of her trainee days. Despite a lack of support from within her family, IU persevered and did her best to follow her dreams. You'd think that by this time, life would take a turn to be a little kinder to her, but unfortunately, it kept knocking her down. Even after finally becoming a trainee, things didn't go as planned. To keep it real, the situation was horrible. It turned out that the agency which she signed to was actually scamming new naive artists, and they tricked her into spending a large amount of money for the training and appearing on various TV programs. What's more, the money she used to pay the agency came from her grandma, who struggled to earn it. Despite the terrible experience, IU continued to audition for different labels. After 20 auditions, including one for JYP Entertainment, luck was still not on her side. That is, until Loan Entertainment saw her potential and signed her as a trainee. Since IU is now one of the biggest celebrities in Korea, JYP himself expressed regret over not giving her a contract, joking that he wanted to fire whoever had let her go. When she officially became a real trainee, there was a big chance that her signing goal was achievable. She moved to the center of Seoul to train at the agency, and aside from the fact that becoming a trainee was literally a dream come true, there was one more thing that made IU happy. While other idols usually complain about their companies not letting them eat what they want, Ji-eun was really appreciative because her label provided her with a lot of food that was so scarce at home. She even once said that she loved being at the studio because she could eat as much as she wanted to, and on top of that, she had a place where she could sleep. It's so heartbreaking that she had to struggle this much just to have enough food and a place to feel safe at. The shiny side of fame. When IU was just 15 years old and after training for only 10 months, Loan Entertainment felt confident that she was ready to debut. On September 18, 2008, she made her appearance on M Countdown with the song Lost Child. It was
Yeah, I reacted to that video. It's kind of cut up a little bit, but that was a good song. 15?
wasn't a big hit, but that didn't stop her. After all, she had gone through so much that some criticism from netizens was just a minor issue for her. The times were getting better, and when she released the debut studio album Growing Up, IU began getting the attention she rightfully deserved and started getting popular in the mainstream media. Even though she was still pretty much a rookie, she had earned enough money to help take care of her family, pay off her parents' debts, and buy her dad his dream car. Ji-eun was getting a gig after gig and finally living what seemed to be her best life. When she was just 18, she starred in a famous drama, Dream High, which was all almost like a flashback of her previous struggles. Honestly, IU was just killing it. Year by year, she was getting bigger and more successful. By the end of 2011, she released her second full-length album Last Fantasy, and it was an all-kill. All 13 songs immediately swept the charts. Imagine accomplishing all this at only 18. Her impact is so admirable, and it's crazy to think that just 3 years before that, she hadn't had enough food to eat. Another thing that's pretty mind-blowing about IU is that 71% of the people who bought tickets for her concerts were male, which is considered really unusual for a K-pop concert. She won a ton of awards, and Billboard magazine named her as one of the hottest musicians under 21 for her unique charm and undeniable hits that have made her into a bona fide superstar. I mean, one can hardly do better than that, right? But life had other plans. Too many goodbyes. Losing friends is never easy. Though, when it happens naturally, it's much different than when your closest friends tragically pass away. Some people may not know this, but IU was so incredibly close to Jonghyun, Sully, and Guhara. They were amazing friends who spent so much time together that it affected her tremendously when they passed. In 2018, IU even gave a speech at the Golden Disc Awards where she fearlessly mentioned Jonghyun. To be honest, I'm still very sad. Why he was in such pain and suffered so much, I think I partly understand. It's not an emotion that I'm completely unfamiliar with. We are people whose daily lives are so busy, and we have to plan for our next month, next year. It's sad that our reality will not allow us to dwell in sadness for as long as we want. However, it wasn't everything she had to say. IU continued by sharing her thoughts on the health of idols and how she hopes that everyone can be vocal about their feelings. For many people, this is one of the most heartbreaking speeches that a K-pop idol ever gave. Next year in 2019, the world was hit with the sad news. Sully was found unconscious in her own house on the 14th of October. Many people got worried about IU and were scared, but she proved over and over again how strong she is, and she endured the pain of losing one of her closest friends. In 2012, she actually wrote a song about Sully called Peach. The name of the song came from Sully's nickname. After she passed away, the song re-entered the music charts and the whole world was reminded of what a precious person she was. Let's just say that the lyrics of the song hit different now. Telling you multiple times is not enough. With this tickling voice that only knows you, I will sing for you. My heart keeps going to you. Because of the unfortunate event, IU postponed the release of her album and the beginning of her concert too. She said, "I think I need a little time for myself," which was only understandable. To honor Sully, IU posted a series of pictures on her Instagram. She showed a picture of herself with a drawing made by Sully that inspired her album Cha. Ji-eun shared a story of how she once saw that drawing at Sully's house and that she was so kind to give it to her. As it turns out, the drawing was also Sully's self-portrait, so it holds a real significance to IU. On the 23rd of November 2019, IU held her concert, and since it was only a month after Sully passed away, she still felt very sad. During her concert, Ji-eun said, "I'm no longer able to see my friend whom I loved so dearly. She used to always come to see my concerts that are held in Seoul, no matter how busy she was, so I tried really hard not to cry today. But it has been a month since I last saw her, and when it came to the last song of that night, she ended it with, 'This is for her, and this is for everyone who needs it.' But only one day after the concert took place, another friend of IU was found unconscious. Guhara passed away on the 24th of November 2019, and Ji-eun, along with many other people, were left completely devastated."
That shit crazy. Can you guys imagine losing like 3 of your closest friends? Damn. She probably was going through it. Like, that's crazy. I know I lost my best friend 2014. And it hurt. It like really hurt me. See, I thought I would never get over that. But that was my dog right there, my brother. You know? But I know what she's going through. Big time. Actually, I lost 2 good friends. Shit crazy. That's really crazy. That sucks.
It is rumored that IU found out the news about this in the middle of the day 2 of her concert. She shared a long, strong message with her fans. At times like now, people should love each other. Even when the world seems so mean, I hope that we all love one another as we live. It's absolutely crazy to even imagine the things she's been through and how much she managed to overcome. In 2020, IU released a song featuring Suga from BTS. The name of this fantastic music piece is 8, and it's about precious memories. Many people suspect that the first lines of the song are about Jonghyun, Sully, and Guhara, because they seem to fit this situation perfectly. So, are you happy now? Finally happy now, are you? Well, I'm just the same. I feel like I lost everything. Everybody comes and goes as they wish, even without a goodbye. I don't want to love anyone if things go like this. It's no surprise that IU was deeply affected by everything that happened in between 2018 and 2019. In the song, she seems to be asking them if they're happy since they escaped all the hate they had to endure while they were still here. I'm pretty sure that she's never going to forget.
So that was the song. Okay. Dang, that's crazy. I'm kind of like tearing up a little bit. That's crazy. I could imagine her pain, like losing 3 close friends, like really, really close friends. Damn.
Them. Honestly, IU is one hell of a woman. She's a fierce, independent female artist who deserves the whole world and more. Everything she touches turns
Damn
into gold.
right.
Let's support her till the end, guys. Thank you for watching today's video. See you soon.
Oh, thank you. That's crazy. That is so crazy. That was IU inside the tragic life of IU. That's crazy. Losing 3 friends. Landing like that. That's crazy. And I'm guessing because comments they get. Yeah, people are mean big time. But dude, I don't know what to say about that. That shit crazy. That's so crazy. But if it helps IU, they will always be with you no matter what. No matter what. But original video will be down in the description. I got a little tear in my eye a little bit. That's like, yeah. Now for that family member who says she would never make it and crap like that, probably gonna regret those words, huh? Probably regretting it right now. I hope she didn't help him or her or whoever it was. Like, come on, man. But yeah, original video will be down in the description. It's good to be back. Hopefully I'm back for good, but we'll see what happens. And I missed y'all. And why not to come back doing my baby IU? Yeah, bro. But the original video will be down in the description as well as the channel link. So go subscribe to Cook. So it's good to be back. Hopefully I'm back for good, but